year, someone comes out of this looking like a donkey. Tomorrow I got a feeling it could be you.
Draft day. History in the making.
I'm sure you barely heard mine.
I heard more bumping of the microphone than anything.
You know what? Don't judge me because I'm uncoordinated. Damn it.
That's okay. That's okay.
So. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody.
Welcome to the show. This is pretty much what it's like. Very uncoordinated and figuring out as we go. What beer are you drinking today, my good man?
Uh-oh.
Is it a backup beer kind of day?
I might have to. I don't. This is a weird. Oh, it's getting worse. So I tried to find something kind of like related to the show, and I couldn't find anything that was like as odd or drafty.
Yeah, it is all drafty. It's beer.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Well, you know what I meant. You guys will soon know. Well, unless you read that. Anyways, fuck. So I got a holiday beer because sometimes those are like pretty good, and I liked the Shiner, a couple of the Shiner beers earlier this year. So I was like, oh, they have a holiday cheer beer. So that's what I'm drinking. And I never read the label. I just saw they had a holiday beer and was like, oh, that should be good.
Not so much.
No. It kind of has peaches that are really prominent, and that's a problem.
I bet I would like it.
Actually, I think you would love this fucking beer, dude. I think you would
I
love
like
it.
the fruity beers.
I'll power through it, though. I don't know, that after... I chilled a glass so I could pour it into the glass, but now I'm kind of worried that I'll release more flavor that I don't want. But...
Yeah.
So what are you drinking, Jake?
Oh, my beer's delicious.
Oh, my beer's delicious. Oh.
It's called, like you, it's like a seasonal holiday one. It's called Winter Warmer. It has a beautiful mountain vista on it.
Ooh.
And it's a Belgian dark strong ale from Crabtree Brewing Company in Greeley, Colorado. Which
there you go.
I've never had before, but it's very good.
Hey,
that was
pretty good.
Glass.
That was a pretty good pour.
Yeah,
very minimal head, nice and. I like that pour. Good
right,
job,
stop
me.
Talking about your head. So
I'll talk about my head all I want.
Well, thank you, Wandering Lion Studios, for our beer segment. They're our sponsors, and they're awesome guys. Go to wanderinglinstudios.biz. They offer a bunch of different services that support filmmakers, independent artists, things like that. And definitely check out their social media. Definitely on Facebook and Instagram at Wandering Lion Studios. And we're friends with them. They're cool guys. Definitely worth checking out.
Yes. So did you make a guess on their trivia? They have not commented, which usually means I was wrong. And that's kind of bumming me out because I was pretty sure. I was using my... So like last episode, I think it was, I was bragging about being able to like get release dates pretty close within like a year or two.
Yeah.
And they put a release, well, not a release year, but they had the hint of like, it's a Christmas movie. And it was being in production during the 07-08 writer's strike. So they weren't allowed to change anything. I was like, oh, all right. So the movie had to have come out in like 08-09 then. I was like, well, what Christmas movies came out? And so I'm still pretty sure I got it. And they're just like not giving me the satisfaction of knowing that I got it, which is fair.
I thought that I should be able to get it because I feel like there's probably not that many Christmas movies or holiday movies that Seth Gordon directed. But I couldn't think of any, so I didn't guess.
I almost like got him mixed up with was it David Gordon Green? Is that the guy's name?
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, wait a minute, I don't think that's the same guy. But I was like, you can't go on IMDb and cheat your way into finding out this answer. So I was like, it said Seth Gordon.
Yeah.
So let's just try and. I honestly, the name doesn't sound that familiar. I was basing my guess solely off of the years and the Christmas clue that they gave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we'll see
find
on
out.
Monday. Yeah. You can still get your guesses in if you're listening to this on Sunday night or Monday morning.
Yep.
All right. So today's episode is very different. If you listen to the very end of last week's episode, we kind of told you what's up. And then we proceeded to sort of figure out what's up after the fact. So here is the situation or the rules or whatever you want to call it. And I am going to try to do a YouTube video this week. No promises if it doesn't work. You'll see it in the description if there's a link. If you don't see one, it didn't work out.
Now you were all proud of creating this like bracket or whatever it is that you've created.
Yeah, not a bracket so much, but we'll get to that in a minute. It's just like a scaffolding for us to keep track of our picks. So this week, and probably the first of several episodes if it goes well or is mildly interesting, we are going to draft essentially a call sheet for a film. And we're going to go back and forth picking what director we want, what writer we want, what composer we want, lead actor and actress, and supporting actor and actress. Draft all of our positions for this movie, and it's a Christmas movie. So this week's episode is our like holiday season movie, a holiday seasonal celebratory family potentially movie. And we have to draft all of our positions. And like a draft, there's only one person in the world that is that person. So if you pick somebody that I wanted, I have to pick somebody else, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's basically all the rules.
I think you actually put that together fairly well. That was not as stumbly as I kind of thought it would be. So you did a hell of a lot better job than I did.
So to get started, I thought we would do the traditional coin toss. That's the best thing I could come up with. And instead of using a physical coin, I will use the old Google machine and tell it to flip a coin. So
there's a coin flip. Oh my God, of course there is.
So you call heads or tails?
Oh, you want me to call heads or tails?
I do. And then whoever wins will get to decide if they want to go first.
If I'm going to, if you'll accept or defer.
Basically.
Yeah. I'm going to go with, heads. Yeah, I'm going to go with heads.
Okay. It's flipping.
This is fucking ridiculous. Oh my God.
Congratulations. You got heads. It's right there. So, would you like to go first or defer?
I think I'm going to defer, actually.
Interesting. That's actually what I would have done, so I don't blame you at all.
Yep.
The other thing
shit.
I didn't do, we decided we were going to name our studios. So we are playing the production company trying to cast and crew this movie. And so I guess because I'm going first, I will tell you my team name, my studio name. Hold on, let me pull up my notes over here on my other screen. So you know how some studios specialize in like horror movies or something specific?
Yeah.
Like you kind of know the feeling of the movies that come out of like A24 or something like that. So my film studio specializes in making one fantastic movie every year using a foolproof system for success. And we put out holiday themed movies around the holidays. That's all we do. And it's just has to be slightly better than the other holiday movies around that time. and it's a guaranteed success. So it's like, I feel like if Lifetime Television Network can put out a dozen freaking mediocre holiday movies, we can just do one big Christmas movie and cash in, and it's just have one big winner every year. That's all you really need. Well, because everybody will see it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And so my studio is called December Jackpot Film Studio.
Oh my God.
I was going to go with December Lottery, but we're not playing the odds here. We know for sure we're going to cash in big. So let's just call it.
I like your confidence, but there is one problem with your production company's motto.
Yeah.
What happens when we do when you go to set up your next film and it's not for a holiday film?
That's all we do. Every year, put out a Christmas movie. That's all we do.
You guys are screwed.
Big movies in December. We're playing the odds that people will see a holiday movie around the holidays.
All right. I took a very different approach with my production company name. Okay. We just care about putting out quality, entertaining films. We try to get, big stars, or we try to seek out kind of stars that should have huge careers, but haven't really been given that shot yet. So we I guess you could call us like not completely an A24 studio, but we're kind of, we want to give other people shots in the limelight, which is funny because I am not on this draft. But my production company, I'm not really going to go into super explanation of it. I feel it's a pretty obvious one. But so mine is called 1117 Productions.
Words or numbers?
Numbers.
Like this?
That screen's so small, I can't fucking see that, man.
Are you serious?
On mine it is.
Oh. You gotta zoom in.
Yeah, I do. Oh, I made us bigger, not that. My mic's in the way. Yeah, you can type it out like that. I have the numbers.
Oh, did you say numbers?
Yes, I did.
I asked you.
I said numbers.
And I immediately stopped listening as soon as I asked you.
Fucking asshole.
Like with a slash or a dash or a space or what?
No, just 1117.
1117.
Got it. 1117.
Okay. Let's left justify this. Okay. Why is it called that? Did I stop listening to that part too?
Okay. So 1117 is my daughter's birthday.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, see, tugging at the heartstrings, which works for it being a Christmas episode. Tug away. Oh, that sounded bad when I said that out loud.
Family friendly. Family friendly.
We're moving on from that, dude. This is not a family friendly episode so far. This is a Yep.
Okay. So let's get into it.
You tell us, Murphy.
So my first pick in the inaugural holiday movie draft, I guess I'm going to have to choose. So I had two different lineups set in case you chose somebody that I wanted. But because I'm going first, I have to choose, and that kind of sucks. So I'm going to go with my gut on this one. And I feel like most of my list formed around the director. So I'm going to choose a director in the first round. Classic quarterback move. And my director for my holiday movie is going to be Mr. Wes Anderson.
Nice. That's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. And I feel like I want it to be like a stop motion classic holiday movie.
Oh,
And
dang. Oh, man, that's a pretty good pick, good sir. Wow.
yeah, I feel like he would crush it in that sense. So
Yeah.
I choose Wes Anderson.
All right. I am not going to pick my director first because unable to even start hiring the production crew or the director, you kind of have to have a script to begin working off of. So I am going to start with my writer, and I'm actually going to pick, he's an unknown writer. Well, fairly unknown. I'm going with a writer named Steve Conrad.
Okay.
He wrote The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, which was pretty much my biggest decision. Like, yep, that's the guy for me because I absolutely love that freaking movie.
Okay.
So Steve Conrad is my my writer.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I should write that for you. Steve Conrad. I'm going to assume that's how you say it. Let me Google him real quick. I should have been doing this while you were talking.
So if you're curious of what else he's written, he's done Wonder. He did Secret Life of Walter Mitty. He did one of my fun unknown movies from 2008 called The Promotion. That's a fun movie. And then he also wrote The Pursuit of Happiness, The Weatherman, and Unfinished Business, which was with Vince Vaughn.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I never saw that one, actually. But so, yes. Steve Conrad.
Yeah, that sounds like a good direction to go with your style of holiday movie like that. I can respect it. All right. So we are underway now in this situation. I am
you keep calling it a
multitasking.
Situation. It's cracking me up.
A bit of a situation that I find myself in.
A bit of a pickle. I don't know why I said that with an accent. I'm sorry.
So one of the other sub rules that we decided for this is that it is a true fantasy draft, which means not everyone that we are drafting needs to be currently working or even alive. And so in my second round, I am going to take my screenwriter, and he happens to be deceased, so don't get hung up on that. But he is the GOAT of screenwriting, especially in this sort of genre I'm going for. So my pick in my second round is the great John Hughes.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, that is such a good pick for your writer. Damn.
I know. And it doesn't get any better than the writer of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, Uncle Buck, the Beethoven movies.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
So, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yeah, just one of the best of all time, and had to put him on the bench. I almost went with the obvious choice of Wes Anderson also writing it, and probably maybe with Owen Wilson, but I thought this would be more interesting.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a fun freaking pick.
All right. Well, these pictures are so big.
Typically, after your screenplay is picked up, then the next piece of the puzzle is your director. So my director, now this is kind of a tough one because I'm juggling between two, and I have been pretty much for the last 4 days.
Yeah.
But I think just because they were a great team when they made The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and because I feel he's kind of a underappreciated director, just for his style and how he's able to like what he does with characters, I think is really awesome. So my director is actually going to be Ben Stiller.
Ah, yeah, I agree.
Yes.
He is a great director, but an interesting one because obviously he's not most known for that.
Yeah. But I really like it when he's behind the camera. I think he's just able to kind of bring a fun, unique perspective on like characterization and bring, fleshing out the story and all that. So I think he's got a great eye for a lot of stuff, and he just doesn't get enough credit for being a really good director. So
yeah,
Ben Stiller.
I definitely agree. I think that's a phenomenal choice, actually. Holy crap, that's a big picture.
Holy crap. Look at that. See, I won the draft already with the biggest picture. Go me.
That's not how we're scoring.
I know, but I'm just taking what I can.
It sounds like you're a little nervous, but
I'm not.
Let's see how it goes.
I'm not.
Not at all. All right.
I knew you were going to get a kick out of that directing choice. I was like, man, Jake's going to be like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually very impressed. That's a very good call. And a good team dynamic is very important. That's the one thing that made me a little hesitant to go with mine because they've certainly never worked together. It's interesting, but it's kind of out of left field. So I don't know how that's going to play out in the end when we get this movie made and actually see
Right. I was going to say, which none of us do, Jake.
Yeah, we're never going to know if this is actually good or not. We can imagine. So, speaking of things I imagine would be good and we haven't seen before, I'm going to choose my lead actor in my third round. And this is an actor that has never worked with Wes Anderson and, to my knowledge, never worked with John Hughes. So, I am going to take Ryan Gosling.
Oh, man. Okay. So when I was writing down like my little draft, I wrote several names just with like, because you always want your backup picks, especially, for you fantasy football players out there. You always want backups. Ryan Gosling is on my backup list for lead actor.
That's amazing. I was very curious.
Shit.
There's so many people that
now,
I'm like,
of course, the picture you would pick of him is like his most jacked picture. God.
It was the first one that came up.
Bullshit. Bullshit. On Google? That's the first one on Google?
I didn't type Ryan Gosling jacked.
Ryan Gosling. All right. The first one that pops up on images, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, look, there's no shirtless jacked photo.
It was all lame headshots, and I had to
all headshots. Jacked. In fact, the jacked photo, I had to scroll a little ways down before it popped up. God damn it, Jake.
But the thing is, I didn't choose him for his jackedness because I am anticipating this to be a stop motion animated film.
True.
So I clearly, based on the voice, the charisma, the acting capability, that's mostly why I chose Ryan Gosling. Yeah. And I really think he would be interesting in a Wes Anderson movie.
I think he would fit shockingly well. Ryan Gosling's like his comedic timing, and I think he would fit so well. And he does have a pretty good voice. I'm kind of shocked he hasn't done any voiceover work yet. I feel like,
at least that I know of.
Yeah,
I didn't actually look, but
I might have to look that up. All right. So I'm also gonna go with the lead actor on this one. Okay. And typically when you're picking your lead actors and your lead actors, well, your whole cast really, you want there to be really good chemistry. So I was trying to come up with a whole bunch of names that I feel would work really well together. Mm-hmm. Kind of have a good dynamic. And also I may have been watching a handful of movies for kind of inspiration on like who I think would work well together, who I think would be fun, especially in a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And I got really focused on two specific people. And Jake, this is going to be the one where you're probably going to be like, yes, I'm at least in my head. That's what you're doing. So I think I have to go with my first initial gut reaction for who I think would be very interesting, especially to work with Ben Stiller with a script from Steve Conrad. I'm going to go with Keanu Reeves.
Nice. I like that.
I feel Keanu Reeves, you and I have said this several times, we think he deserves way more credit in the acting department than he usually gets. I know the joke is always around like, whoa. Yeah. But let's face it, man, Bill and Ted is amazing. If you don't like them, you're sad.
Right.
But Keanu Reeves, when you give him like comedy or kind of dramatic roles, he does something with those roles that he plays it so softly and very naturally. And I think that fits perfect with how Ben Stiller really directs people. So Keanu Reeves. Plus, Keanu Reeves has never done a Christmas movie, and how great would that be?
Yeah, it would be great. I presume you want him in your lead actor position?
Yes, yeah, he's the lead.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, he's also like seems to be genuinely one of the nicest people ever. Yeah, which is a rare thing, and you certainly like to see that. I like to see him succeed because he seems so nice. I mean, I've heard so many great stories of him like doing nice things for people.
Right. He's like listed as one of the most lovable human beings, not just celebrities, but humans. Like this dude kind of sets the bar. So,
well, good. I think that's a good call. Yeah. I'm adjusting my stuff here because I just realized my things are out of whack. And I want to make Ryan Gosling.
I was waiting for you to just like make his picture bigger.
He's got to fill out the column. You know, John Hughes has a narrow photo, so we'll just make Ryan Gosling a little bit bigger.
Oh man, I hope the YouTube works for this one, just to watch you like, you know what? More jacked Ryan Gosling. More jacked.
Just peep the pecs. That's all I gotta say. All right. So you said a very interesting thing about selecting an actor and doing some research on ones that work well together or would work well together in this scenario. I did kind of a similar thing where I've been watching a few things recently with this young lady who I wanted my lead actor or actress position, and she's kind of underrated and I think super great, especially with the kind of the warmer Midwestern accent kind of roles. And so I was very interested in this actress, and I wrote her down. And then I was like, actually, I'm kind of surprised she's never done a movie with Ryan Gosling. And then I Googled it, and they had, and I'd never seen it. And so I was very kind of shocked by that. So apparently Hollywood has had all of the ideas that I've had already. But I still think it's a good idea. So I'm still going to go with, in my lead actress position, Kristen Dunst.
Whoa. What did they do together?
They did a movie. Hold on. I started watching it the other night because I had never seen it. And,
is it a period piece?
No, it's like it's called All Good Things, and I think it's kind of based on a true story kind of
thing. Yeah, I know what movie you're talking about. I never saw it, but I know what movie you're talking about. Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, that's the movie. And
wow. Yeah, you don't hear her name a lot anymore. She was like really big in the late 90s and kind of early 2000s, mid 2000s. And then she's just kind of like quietly, I don't want to say disappeared. Has she even done anything recently?
The most recent thing I saw is, and you should definitely see, if you've never seen the TV series Fargo based on the movie, she's in the second season of it, and she plays the wife of Jesse Plemons, who's also amazing. And it's like the season 2 is incredible, and it's mostly because of Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons, because she's just so sweet and so funny and just the best. And I talked, was it last week? Yeah, last week I talked about Drop Dead Gorgeous, the movie about the like Minnesota beauty queens, and she's in that as well. She's super young in it, but she's great in it as well. So I've just been watching stuff with her. She's phenomenal.
Yeah, she has been like steadily working. I just haven't followed her career, but
yeah,
she's
I think it's
in
been
that.
Been more indie maybe or something.
She's in a new movie with Benedict Cumberbatch that just dropped on Netflix. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh,
all right. That's a good pick, man.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously not the picture. Oh, there it is. I was going to be like, obviously not the picture you've picked because it was empty for the longest time.
All right. We've got to make Ryan Gosling a little smaller. He's kind of crowding the scene here. Sorry, Ryan. You hate to see it, but it is what it is. All right. Yeah. So that is my...
that would be such an interesting duo on film.
Mm-hmm.
That is such. Oh man.
Yeah, and they're certainly interesting. I didn't watch the whole movie. I kind of fell asleep because I was watching it late at night. But I was watching it mostly just for them and their chemistry, and it was good. It was spot on. So it's kind of what I wanted.
All right. Well, my lead actress. Obviously, you want someone that could have good chemistry. Now, what I've learned from watching Keanu Reeves most of his careers, he has great chemistry with everybody. But this one, because I always find myself in a situation where I'm like, man, I wish these actors would work together more often. And this provides me a platform to make that fantasy come true. This is the one I think, Jake, you are going to get super giddy about, because there is no question to me about this one. My lead actress would be Sandra Bullock, our sweetheart.
America's sweetheart.
But you and I definitely gush all over her. I really emphasize gush. I didn't mean to do that.
You also pronounce it weird. Gush. I think it's gush.
Either way, I'm going to blame the shitty peach beer.
You're gushing with peach beer.
Anyway, so if you have listened to our show long enough, especially when we did our Sandra Bullock episode, Jake and I both learned we are giant suckers for the movie The Lake House. And I rewatched that this week when I was trying to figure out, like, who all would I think be great? Yes. And so I rewatched The Lake House and immediately was like, yeah, it's Sandra. It's Sandra Bullock.
Has to be. And I just so happened to find a photo of them together.
See, and they're just perfect together. And I really wish they would star in more movies together. You know, we got Speed and we got The Lake House. You know what? They need to make another one, and it needs to be My Christmas Movie, directed by Ben Stiller, written by Steve Conrad. I can't finance it, guys. I don't have, like, millions of dollars to just throw around. But please be in this movie.
Maybe someday.
Someday.
When we get to just buy and sell people's careers because we can.
Because that's what Hollywood does already. And has forever.
That I can flip this image, so you're going to have to deal with Sandra Bullock being under Keanu Reeves' name and vice versa, but it still works.
It does.
All right. Who do I want to pick next? I think I'm going to pick my supporting actress. I had the toughest time with this one because there are so many actresses that I love that I wanted to have in my movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard to narrow it down to one. But I think I did. And I think it's an interesting choice, a classic choice, not on the massive level as Sandra Bullock, but close. So I chose Winona Ryder.
Oh, look at that. So
did you know that Christy told me last week that Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves are still married?
Yeah, technically.
That's crazy.
According to Winona Ryder, yeah, they're like technically still married, but they're not actually married. It's weird.
Yeah.
Hollywood is such an odd world. So
I didn't even know that they were married ever, and then I found that out, and I was like, oh, well, that means that they made Destination Wedding after they were divorced, and that makes it even a funnier, cuter
right.
That they were actually
well, apparently they're still
the
like
time.
Great friends, and they have nothing but admiration for each other, which sounds fitting for what you hear about Keanu Reeves, especially. I feel like that guy just can't really get mad at people unless you kill his dog and blow up his car and his home.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
He's pretty convincing in that case.
Yeah.
But you can't break up with Keanu Reeves and not be friends with him, I think.
Right. So
That's what it comes down to.
We're going to have to put kind of an asterisk here, okay?
Okay.
Well, maybe not an asterisk, but I have to interject something because, like a fantasy draft, you kind of need more than just like one running back, and you need more than one wide receiver.
Yeah. Are
you
drafting a bench right now?
So I may have like two
string?
supporting actors and two supporting actresses to kind of round things out a little bit.
Okay.
See, this is what you did when you brought this idea up. You were like fantasy football, and I'm in fantasy football, so I was like, oh, all right. So here's what we're gonna do.
Don't have to tell me. I know all the rules.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what I did, and judging from your reaction, you didn't, and you are not prepared for that.
I didn't, and I am not. I am prepared in the sense that I had a first round, like a first string choice and a second string choice. If you stole one, so I do have a pair of actors and actresses, a second pair of actors and actresses.
Okay,
so I can play along.
Okay, good. I was kind of worried there for a second.
Now I'm gonna have to make our stupid board wider, though. You're really I didn't prepare in this sense.
You know what? It's what I do. I will make life difficult, and I'm okay with that.
All right.
At least when it comes to our little show here. And don't even act like you're bummed. You're having a blast making this whole spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Such a nerd.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, while you do that, I will explain my next decision. I too am going to go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with my supporting actor. So I'm gonna go with my first supporting actor. And I think, see, now I'm kind of debating. I do this in actual fantasy, as everyone does.
You're on the clock, so
I am on the clock, and that's okay. That's okay. All right. That would be a fun dynamic, and considering the tone of the film that I would be going for, I feel like this would fit great. Okay. So for my supporting actor, my first one, I'm going to dive into, well, no, I'm changing my mind already. See, this is what I do. I already got picking her definitely. So let's go with. Okay. Yep. This is my choice. He's not known for being a supporting actor, but I think that's what would make him kind of shine more in this film.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be super fun because I have a very specific idea of how he would kind of play it. And I haven't gotten to see him do something kind of like this for a while. Oh, look at you. You flipped it.
You took long enough with your pick that I opened up Paint and flipped their photos.
Well, I'm glad I could help you. So my first supporting actor is George Clooney.
Ooh, good call.
Throwing him into the supporting cast. I know he's known for like starring roles, and he's probably making my film's budget way too big at this moment. But I have a very specific role in mind for him. And I think just based on a few of my personal favorites of Clooney's, I think he would pull the role off perfectly. It's something completely different for him. And I think him and Keanu Reeves would just work so well together, actually.
Yeah, I kind of think so too, honestly. That's an interesting dynamic. And I always like certain actors, especially certain actors, even though they're huge names and potentially the handsomest man in the world, are great in smaller supporting roles and can really do things that they don't normally do if they're given like a lead role. So I think that's exciting.
Yeah. And I think because Clooney has worked with like the Coen brothers so much, and he kind of has his own odd directing style. I think his take with Ben Stiller would work really well. And plus you have the great friendship between Sandra Bullock and Clooney, which would just bring, I think that kind of dynamic of like outside of Hollywood, I think would just make this movie really take off. So yeah,
I agree. Can't go wrong there. All right. Let's see. Who am I going to take next? We have had no conflicts yet, which is interesting to me.
I'm kind of not surprised because there are so many. Although technically it wasn't a conflict, but technically we did have an almost crossover where I had Ryan Gosling as a potential lead.
True.
So
true.
Or supporting. I forget where I put
close.
So we came close.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to choose my first supporting actor, which I feel like is a pretty great choice. And I know it's one you will appreciate. And because he has so much range, he can be hilarious. He can be dramatic. He can be scary. I'm going with Steve Carell.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Oh. Plus, you already know that Carell and Gosling work perfect together because they were in Crazy Stupid Love, which is one of the greatest romantic films of all time. Go listen to that episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I was close to instead of Kirsten Dunst picking Emma Stone for that same reason, just knowing the chemistry there is so great. But I felt like this would be more interesting. I
wanted to pick Carell for anything, and I was like, I feel that would be too obvious for me, so I shouldn't just go with Carell. I feel like if I picked him, Jake and other people would be like, good pick. I saw that one coming.
It is the one I thought we had the highest chance of conflicting on.
Yeah,
I did know that was true.
I was so like, oh my God, I love Steve Carell so much. I love Steve Carell. Dude, perfect. I'm listening to the Office Ladies podcast, which everyone should if you're a fan of the show. the way they talk about Steve Carell just as like a person and his work ethic and how he interacted with like their families visiting set, how he took over like when he had to write the episodes, how he handled that. Man, there are times where you hear incredible things about like your favorite actors or your favorite celebrities that just are so affirming that you become an even bigger fan. You know, with like Keanu Reeves is the same way. Oh my God. I'm like, every time I watch a movie with Steve Carell in it now, I get even more happy because I'm like, oh, I got to hear how you are on set and it's amazing. I love that pick, Jake. I am giddy about that pick.
It's exactly the opposite of when you like somebody and then you hear that they're a total shithead and you're like, oh, I just can't watch you the same anymore.
Right.
It's the exact opposite where like once you hear that, you're like, oh yes, I'm allowed to like you as much as I do because you're actually worth liking.
And now I'm an even bigger fan. Oh my God, Steve Carell is such a great pick. Did you come up with like a story idea, potential, like what your movie would be?
Not really.
Okay.
I didn't think of that as we were doing this episode. Right in the middle of it, I was actually thinking we should probably like come up with at least a name for the movie, though.
Oh, I didn't come up with a name, but I came up with a story idea.
Wow. No, I didn't go that far. I mean, I kind of did in the sense that I was like, it's a Wes Anderson stop motion animation movie that stars all of these charming people, and it's going to have, you know, traditional holiday arcs of chaos and redemption and family, and so a little bit. I definitely had to think about it because you can't just throw any old names on paper without knowing why you're doing it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I was just curious.
I'm very interested to hear yours, though.
Yeah, I bet
I have a lot more thought out.
I kind of did. I got so excited about setting this up. I can't tell you. This was probably. I love all of our movie prep work. I love going back and rewatching all this stuff. The prep work for this one was unique because I didn't have to focus on just one genre. So I watched like a complete mixture of Christmas movies with movies from all of these people. It was like melding it as I was watching it. It was so much fun doing that. So we will be doing more of these because that was a fucking blast.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And I know we talked about this early on in the podcast. Just having the podcast kind of makes us watch movies differently or in a different way. And I think this episode certainly made me think of movies in a different way, where I was like, okay, if I need to choose this actor, who would they be good with? And have they worked together before? And was that good or weird? And so, I watched several movies where I was just focusing on this performance and nothing else really about the story or anything because I didn't care.
Yeah, it was, oh my God, I've had so much fun. And I've been kind of ahead for like the last 2 weeks on our prep work. This one was just a joy to do that kind of prep work for. I got to save all the names I'm not going to use on this one because I dove into this where I was like, ooh, for future genres, these two would work together really well in this one, I think too. I did the same thing. I was like, if we get into thriller, I'm choosing this and this and this and this. Yep. And that might change when we actually do that. Who knows?
Yeah, totally.
All right. Well, I'm going to pick my first supporting actress now. And I was so excited when I wrote her name down. Unfortunately, she is deceased. She kind of had like a very abrupt death that I think took everyone off guard because she always seemed to be super healthy and just fun. She made some of some very sweet characters while she was with us. But anyways, I feel like had she not passed away, her career would be pretty big, if not huge. And I've always kind of wished we could have seen more from her. So my first supporting actress is Brittany Murphy.
Yeah. I totally know what you mean. we just watched, or I just watched for the first time. Christy has seen it before and made me watch it. I actually told you about it, I think, last week. That movie with, I told you about it. You have to remind me. It had Brittany Murphy in it. It had Michael Douglas in it. It had
Don't say a word.
Sean Bean in it. Yeah. Don't say a word. Thank you. Yeah. And she was like amazing in it. And I was like, I always forget how great you are. From Clueless to that. It's crazy.
My personal favorite role of hers, she did this movie called Little Black Book. It's a weird movie. I actually really like the movie because it's kind of an anti-rom-com. But anyways, that's my favorite role of hers. And I just think her energy and like her talent would have worked really well with all of these people. I think she would have just been a perfect little like, yep, this is an obvious one. Possibly the most obvious to me. I don't know about anyone else, but I also just kind of wish she didn't pass away because I'm a fan. She was great in Clueless too. Yeah. Before anyone knew who she was. She's hilarious in Clueless.
Yeah, she's so funny and different, and yeah, her like laugh and charisma was pretty like just shocking.
Yeah,
and so it's definitely a bummer that she left so early. I think she had so much more left in her tank.
Yeah, I don't even know if she was 30 years old when she passed away. I know she was really young.
May not. Yeah. That's crazy. I can't find a good photo. They're all like weird photos.
Excuse me. She does have a lot of weird photos, huh?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just pick one, I guess. Ooh, this is a good one. It's a funny one, but it's a good one.
Oh, she was 32 years old when she passed away.
Still younger than me.
Yeah. What was her
last?
Right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So, let's see. Who are we? Now that I'm on the clock. Okay. So, in my thought process of having a stop motion animated Christmas classic, I did think a lot about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, probably the best one. And so that was kind of my framework or architecture to build it around. Something like that, just with Wes Anderson's kookiness, comedy, John Hughes' heart, and then picturing Ryan Gosling in like a lead kind of elf-like character potentially. And then I was like, but the best part about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the best character in that movie is Yukon Cornelius.
Yep.
So we need a Yukon Cornelius type character. And you know what supporting actor would be great in that role, I think? It would be Mel Gibson.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Dude, I don't know what my favorite pick is more, Steve Carell or Gibson. I almost want to say Mel Gibson because what a random but perfect decision, especially for not obviously exactly Yukon, but that kind of just bearded oddball.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's such an awesome decision, Jake. Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, this is the biggest photo ever.
Oh my God.
The highest resolution you can get. Okay. Gotta make them fit. Oh, yeah, so perfect. For those of you that don't know Yukon Cornelius, just Google him. He's the
so
prospector, the prospector guy from that guy. Oh my God, what the heck? I don't want to go to your stupid blog.
What are you doing? There you go.
I'm not sure. I was trying to pull him up. I don't want to go to your... There you go. There you go. That's Yukon.
Yukon Cornelius.
Isn't that perfect? Like,
Yahoo! Nothing.
Perfect casting.
That's so awesome, Jake. I love that so much. Yes. Oh, man. So fantastic. All right.
Just take people off my board so I don't lose track of who I've picked already. All right. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna round out my actresses. And I'm gonna go with another actress that I feel doesn't quite get enough due. She's super talented. And I was really just absolutely blown away. She did this Netflix show a year or two ago. I'm hoping for a new season. Come on. It floored me. I got so sucked into it so quick. Ow, my eye. And she's kind of made small appearances here and there, and I feel like I want to see more of her. So my next supporting actress would be Linda. I got to make sure I say her name right.
Oh,
Cardellini. Yeah.
Yeah. We just binged all of Freaks and Geeks. The first season.
Freaks and Geeks is amazing. Obviously, for the tiny role that she has in the MCU, she does well in that. But the Scooby-Doo movies, she's hilarious. But her show Dead to Me on Netflix is incredible. That show it's almost too good. And I want to see more of her. And I really like her kind of in a that she does a really good mixture of like comedy and being dramatic. She's able to meld those two things so flawlessly to me that I think she would just fit. I like her. I really like her.
She feels like very natural.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel like an actor-y actor. She feels so natural all the time.
Yeah. Man, look at our movies, Jake. Hollywood, get your shit together. Figure out how to put these people together because damn.
Right. This is going to be the most expensive movie of all time, but still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without any effects.
And it being
visual effects at all.
All Christmas movie, like, woo!
Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm going to scroll over slightly now that you threw me off with these extra rounds. So my next pick is kind of similar to your supporting. Oh, she's an actress, might be. Similar to your last pick, I feel like a great choice in my second supporting actress position is Julie Bowen.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Doesn't do a lot of movies. She's been very obviously busy with getting rich off of what the fuck is that? Modern Family for ages. But now that Modern Family is over, I think that her schedule has freed up. She should be available for this project. And she is kind of that same thing that you said about Linda Cardellini. She's hilarious, but also like pretty there's more depth to her than you would expect, I think. Very sweet, very enjoyable, but I think it could be tough if you needed her to, for sure.
Oh yeah That's a good pick. I like Julie Bowen. Obviously our like at least earliest memory or introduction to her career for I'm pretty sure both of us was Happy Gilmore. So.
I mean, the crush angle does play a factor.
Yep, there it is. Hey, man, no shame in it. Sandra Bullock, Brittany Murphy, and Linda Cardellini. I kind of I like them.
Yeah. Friggin' Julie Bowen is so successful. All of her photos are like winning awards and on red carpets and stuff. I can't find like a more, normal headshot.
Yeah.
So good going there, Julie.
Way to make finding a photo fucking easy. I'm gonna say it right now though, Jake. I think I have the best photo in my lineup with the fact that you have the one with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock together. I'm just gonna say I think I'm gonna brag about that, even though you were the one that picked it. So thank you.
Yeah, you enabled the greatness.
I
for
did.
Sure. Here's a good photo. I like this one. So, holy crap! All right, internet, get your act together with these high-res images. This is what happens when you have fiber internet. They just start upgrading the image quality on everything. Okay. Damn. There you go. Just tuck her in.
Well
right
done,
there.
Jake.
Perfect.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I got to round out my supporting cast, so I'm going to go with my next supporting actor.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is going to be way out of left field for you.
I like it already.
I think he would fit. I think he's a better fit for like working directly alongside Keanu Reeves than necessarily working directly alongside George Clooney. But I think their comedic chemistry would still come out to play, and I think it would work out just fine in the end. But I'm going to go with Andy Samberg to round out my supporting cast. That dude is he is a joy to watch. I've been binging Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is great. And dude, he is able to make me laugh so damn hard. You know that when we watched his movie Palm Springs, I love that movie. If you haven't watched Palm Springs, go watch it on Hulu. It's great. It's so weird. But that was actually, Palm Springs was a big push of why I kind of focused on him, because he was able to show in that movie not just the like childish humor, but he's able to kind of show a more serious side, kind of, I don't want to say a darker side, but slightly more dramatic than what you're used to. And I also think Andy Samberg could potentially end up being a fantastic dramatic actor. I think he's just hiding that talent. I think one of these days he's going to be in a surprise movie where he's going to pop up and it won't be funny at all. And it's going to blow people away. Like, I am watching that dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think he's got a trick up his sleeve, and one of these days he's going to let it go, and it's going to just shake people. So,
yeah,
Andy Samberg, he's such a joy. He really is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of I could certainly see him taking that path, because he's kind of with all of the Lonely Island stuff, and he's kind of a secret genius, I think, comedy genius.
Yeah.
And could get very, very dramatic very quickly.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to shock people with his acting capabilities. I feel like if Adam McKay can get nominated for multiple Oscars, anyone can shock like the movie watcher people. No offense to Adam McKay, but I do like the movies he was. Anyways, yeah. So Andy Samberg,
he's an incredible example, though, of someone who was so deep into comedy, and then took the sharpest turn into Oscar-winning dramatic films that it is a little bit of a whiplash thing. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, and I really like the idea of Keanu Reeves and adding Andy Samberg working directly together. I really like that idea. I mean, even looking at their two pictures, I'm like, man, I could just see it. I could see them just like doing it. It's so good.
Yeah. It would be so interesting.
Man,
I feel like I need to see that.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Hollywood, go blow a bunch of money on our Christmas movie cast. Please.
Right. Yeah. I want to be mad that you stole it from me. It didn't pay me at all.
Yeah, fuckers. We're copywriting these casts right now.
Watch, they're probably like all trying to work together as we speak.
Right? Oh, that'd be awesome.
Okay. So the last spot, we're in the last spot, right? Yeah. I have all of my actors up there. Okay. So in the last spot, things get pretty interesting. It's interesting that we both kept composer for our last spot.
Yep.
You could have tried to usurp me by doing yours just a second ago, but you didn't. So I get to go first, which means I have to choose between the two I chose, and that's difficult to do.
I feel like, sadly, I think the composer is going to be the one that you and I might like. Oh, you stole it.
I don't know. There were so many like options that were so good.
There are a ton of options. I'll tell you after you say your pick, because I had to chuckle to myself when writing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with kind of a different sort of pick. Ooh. Probably one that may not expect, although maybe you would expect it, because part of the reason I chose him is because he certainly does have Christmas movie experience, which is important to have. Not that I feel like Christmas movie music is that entirely difficult to do, but this composer's been doing it for a long time, scored a ton of movies, and I think it would be interesting to hear. So for my composer and the last round in my pick, I chose Danny Elfman.
Okay, we didn't cross over. That is a great Christmas movie pick for composer. That really is.
He scored the great Batman Returns, as we all know.
Yes.
And great Christmas movie.
Yeah.
He's also a weird looking guy, I just realized.
Have you ever listened to his band Oingo Boingo?
Oh, that would explain why he looks so weird. You know who he looks like? He looks like a if Ron Weasley did a bunch of meth and got tattoos. That's what he looks like.
That would have to be your selling point in your meeting of negotiating his contract to compose your film. You kind of look like if Ron Weasley did a bunch of meth and then got tattooed.
I mean, I'm not wrong. Didn't he score Nightmare Before Christmas also?
Yes, he did.
He does a lot of.
He has been the composer for Tim Burton pretty much since Batman.
Okay,
with the exception of a couple movies, I think.
Yeah,
but no, he is a fantastic choice for a composer. He has that very unique sound. You hear his movie scores, and you can pretty much pinpoint, oh yeah, that's Danny Elfman. Like,
yeah,
which is fun.
There, he
you
looks so
and your
professional.
shirtless fucking picture.
He's like got cool tattoos. I wanted to show him off. He obviously wants to show him off.
That's true. All right. Well, so I had to laugh because when you shot me the text of like the composer, you had a very specific choice of words in it, which made me think we were both contemplating the same guy.
Okay.
Where you were like, I guess it depends on how epic of a story we want our Christmas movies to be. And I was like, oh shit. Jake and I are both writing Hans Zimmer down because we both love Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to make Hans Zimmer my first choice because Jake will probably steal it from me. Unless Jake is having the same thought I am, and then he's not going to make Hans the first choice either. It became a very quick rabbit hole that I was like, you know what? I'm just not even going to include Hans Zimmer. But I still did. He's not my choice, but I still included him.
Nice.
Just as a backup, potential partner.
You can't go wrong with them. Yeah.
Right. But just with the kind of tone of the cast that I was assembling or have assembled, and the director and the writer and kind of the story idea, I was trying to figure out like who would be able to piece together a score that would be very Christmassy without being like overly Christmas, like not, super jingle bells, but kind of like a quieter Christmas, kind of like, have yourself a merry little Christmas style. Anyways, and I really like focused on one guy, and I'm a huge fan of one of his movies. I think it was even my number one musical, but the kind of movie I am not, my movie would not be a musical. I would just like hear his score. But I'm going to go with Justin Hurwitz. He did the music for La La Land.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love jazz. For you longtime listeners, watchers of our show, you've learned that a while back, that I love jazz. And I think the way he uses jazz in his orchestrations is so perfect. And it would just fit this so well. So Justin Hurwitz is my
a jazzy Christmas.
Yes. Yeah.
I like it.
But with like a little bit of that silliness in, because he'd be throwing in some silliness. Because come on, man, look at this cast. Every one of them super comedic and can be super dramatic all at the same time. So come on, Andy Samberg, you gotta hit us with a drama role that's just gonna floor everyone.
This is his chance. This
is it. Yeah. I'm giving you the stage, sir.
It's for you to screw up.
Even though I feel like the kind of character I feel he wouldn't necessarily be a super dramatic guy, but just a very grounded person, which is Andy Samberg.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
man, look at what we have created, Jake.
Oops. Hold on. Stay there. Just don't scroll when I scroll. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty darn exciting.
Yeah.
I should
now
probably fit it all on one screen, but
I'm going to throw another little wrench in things just for added fun.
Oh, good.
You don't have to make an extra bracket if you don't want. Just out of curiosity, honestly. Would you throw in like a very fast one scene kind of cameo from anyone?
Oh. Yes. Easy answer. Bill Murray.
Nice. Nice.
You have to, with it being a Wes Anderson joint.
Yep.
And it would be one just quick, hilarious scene out of the blue kind of thing.
Yeah. That's just a great cameo. Fantastic cameo. Mine would be Edmund Gwen. He is dead, people. Edmund Gwen played Santa Claus in the original Miracle on 34th Street, which is one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies ever, and I think it would just be fun for him to have a quick cameo. Obviously, we can't bring Brittany Murphy back from the dead, or Edmund Gwen, or who died on your list?
John Hughes.
John Hughes.
Who's that dead guy on your list?
Obviously, we can't bring them back to life, but
yeah,
I would go with Edmund Gwen just for like it's a Christmas movie. He's one of the most beloved Santa Clauses of all time. I think it would just be a fun cameo. So that's an easy one for me too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's kind of the perfect Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Quintessential Santa Claus.
I got something in my eye.
I got everybody to fit. Look at me go.
Look at you go.
That sucks. So I really want to know what the story you came up with was.
Oh,
Or are you not sharing it because you want to option it to Hollywood?
You know, not that I want to option it to Hollywood, but I kind of want to option it to Hollywood. No, so as you know, Jake, like I'm a big sucker for kind of relational storylines, drama storylines. I think it would be a fun, very traditional style of Christmas. You kind of already said it with yours of like having those Christmas movie values in it, where you've got like a little bit of chaos, some Christmas lessons, a little bit of like animosity that ends up being kind of corrected because people realize how dumb they are. So my story would revolve around Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock kind of being at odds, if not at like the end of their marriage, kind of opting out. And I can just say the story. I'll just say the story. The way I imagine it would be as they are getting ready to call it quits on each other, they run into, well, Keanu Reeves his character would run into an old man, and things just kind of slowly and subtly start changing, or like he starts witnessing little Christmas miracles happening randomly. Nothing huge and grand, just like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? So the old man would be George Clooney, and the idea would be the old man would be Santa, just kind of like trying to not course correct things, but kind of get people, again, stop being dumb.
Yeah.
Look at kind of a bigger picture of things. And so it would be like Brittany Murphy and Linda Cardellini would be either siblings or just best friends of Sandra Bullock. And then Andy Samberg would be like his brother or something, trying to like coax him along as well.
Yeah.
So that would be the idea. And
they would make great brothers.
Yeah. And I also even had a timeline where it would start right after Thanksgiving and it would go throughout the whole following year. And then it would end on Christmas Day the following year. So it wouldn't be like just a month of Christmassy miracles. It would be the full, like, kind of showing like Santa's a part of like he's there, but it would be the supporting role. So he wouldn't be in every scene of the movie. He would just kind of have an effect, but yeah.
That sounds awesome. It sounds kind of like It's a Wonderful Life level of lessons learned and relationships, like growth and all that stuff.
Yeah. It would be primarily a story of growth that just happens to really focus around like the Christmas season, because that's when people, as shitty as we can be, tend to want to be better and kind of actually try to be better. So, yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. I wish I had put that much thought into my movie so I had anything interesting to share, but that's awesome. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So, I call dibs on that story, by the way. Everyone listening, that's my story.
Dibs will hold up in court. Don't even try it.
Hey, we have a date stamp on this shit. It's mine.
Yeah. Good luck suing Warner Brothers when they steal it from you.
I doubt Warner Brothers would want to make that movie. They'd be like, you want to make what? No.
You want to make a movie that people will like? Hey. All right. Sorry, Warner Brothers. I'm very excited about Batman.
You want creative control over the thing you created? Hell no. Oh, you want to show darker aspects of things? No. No audience wants to see that.
We don't do that here. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is getting a little darker than it needs to be on this, not Halloween, a little Halloween-y, Christmas holiday seasons extravaganza.
I'm not going to lie.
I don't have it.
As soon as you said Mel Gibson, though, dude, now I'm like, man, Gibson would be a great Santa Claus figure in my movie, too. But you already took
I
him.
had... Okay, so the reason I had him in my second list, I'm going to give away some of how the porridge was made in this case. I if I didn't get Wes Anderson, because I thought you might have thought of the stop motion thing, I was going to go. I've had this. I saw an image not too long ago of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, those puppets and dolls and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was essentially recreating John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so that's all I've been thinking about is if John Carpenter made like a Christmas movie, and then I was going to have Mel Gibson be Santa in that like horror Christmas movie. And it would be kind of, and then I don't know if you ever saw Fat Man.
I haven't watched it yet, but I really want to watch it.
Basically, I didn't either. I like tried to find it and then found it and didn't have enough time to watch it yet. But it seemed like kind of the direction I want to go, where he's like this violent, funny Santa Claus. So that's kind of where that started, and then. It works in this context, though. I think it would be a great Yukon Cornelius type character as well.
Oh yeah, man. Our casts are. Obviously you and I are proud of the casting or like the movie.
Yeah.
Draft pick that we made. I want to hear like what would people's ideal cast also be like? Who do you think would work really well together in any kind of movie, specifically Christmas?
Yeah.
I had another thing and then it left my brain. So pretend I didn't have. Dude, this was so much fun.
Yeah. I also want to know what genre or type of movie you think we should do next for this.
Yes.
Because I'm sure in a few weeks we'll have to do it again. It was a lot of fun. It was a fun project.
Yeah, this was so much fun.
And now I have a little template.
It's true.
I have a nerdy little template to use for next time.
Yeah, my so I did watch It's a Wonderful Life again, and then I was watching Christmas Vacation. I also obviously watched Miracle on 34th Street, the original. Nothing really wrong with the remake. I just there's something very magical about that original one. And then I was watching like The Lake House, and then I watched oh my god, I just lost it. Little Black Book that I brought up, and I was just kind of like, man, these people would really do well together. And watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Palm Springs, and then I was kind of looking through all the movies because I knew like I need a Santa figure. Like, who would be a unique Santa figure? Because I love Kurt Russell as Santa in the Christmas Chronicle movies. And he was like a surprise where he just pulled it off. And I was like, who else would have that potential? And I was like, dude, I just kept going back to like Clooney in a Coen Brothers comedy. So like, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And Burn After Reading. And that kind of like, what if he brought that style of humor, or like his character in the movie, The Descendants? What if he brought those kinds of character traits, but as Santa trying to help someone get their shit together? It's like, this would be awesome.
Yeah, he has that level of charisma and like a twinkle in his eye that I just think would be a perfect Santa.
Yeah, he really would
like
be.
An
Plus,
undercover Santa.
We've all seen him grow out a huge white beard before, so let's just give him a real purpose for it this time, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, what great movies we would have.
I think that's our episode.
That's the episode.
I agree. I can't wait to see it. I hope someday it comes to pass.
Hey man, if the multiverse is real, that means that some parallel universe thing, these movies are being made. So we'll just have to hold on to that, right?
We just have to perfect space and time travel to find that universe.
Yep.
That's the next step.
That's the next step right there. Boom!
Yeah. I'll get to work on that right away.
Because we're smart enough for that shit.
Right.
What are we doing next week, Jake?
Oh, I actually forget. What are we doing next week, Dustin?
No, I'm actually asking because we didn't pick. I don't think.
Oh.
Or did we?
Okay. Well, I know we picked a few, but I think there was going to be a gap in between because Matrix doesn't come out until the 22nd.
Right.
And
so
then
we're recording our Matrix episode on the 1st to be released on the 2nd, because that gives us that week to watch the series.
yeah.
Plus, with Christmas time right after that, obviously people are going to want to be enjoying their holiday with friends and family instead of listening to us.
Yeah. We'll have to discuss offline.
It is blank for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, we got to figure out what we're going to do.
I have probably at least six good ideas, about 100 mediocre ideas that will probably get better over time. So we'll find something good.
Yeah. So let us know what you think of our rosters, what your fantasy picks would be like. You obviously don't have to go as in depth if you don't want to. Just kind of give us a few names you think would be really cool to see in a movie together. Check us out on all the social media stuff. I think that's it. Do we have anything else? I don't.
Just one thing.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye.
Yes.
It's now that it's Christmas time. Oh shoot! I was gonna wear now I have a machine gun ho 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 sweater.
Oh shoot! I like that you brought up Yukon Cornelius because I'm wearing Bumble.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, it's still almost a month away, but
it's true.
I'm in the Christmas spirit now that I've been thinking about Christmas movies, and I'm going to go watch some more.
Yeah, you are. And hey, everyone watching and listening, give Jake and Christian a congratulatory shout out. They found out they're having a baby boy. So Jake part 2 will be running around in the next 9 months. Good luck, world. And
yeah, all you need is another one of me. That's going to be interesting.
So,
we talked about doing a Dad's movie episode. I don't know if that's coming up soon, but it should.
It should. We'll have to detail that one out a little bit. We'll get that one rolling at some point soon. So I think that's the show. I think I'm ready to go.
That's the show. I'm good too.
Awesome.
All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you guys.